What's up, guys? Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to talk through 10 tips that can make working in layout much easier. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. So first off, I apologize if I sound a little bad today. I'm a little bit under the weather, but not bad enough to not make this video. So let's go ahead and get started. So tip number one when you're working in layout is I highly recommend that you lock your viewport layers. And so what that means is that you should be organizing all of your stuff in the model by putting it on different layers. And you should have them set up where you can toggle those things on and off, right? So I've got my dimensions on a layer, I've got my title block on a layer, and I've got my viewports on a layer. And in this case, I have multiple layers, but one of the things that I find frustrating is it's really easy to accidentally pick up a layer and move it around, which can mess up the alignment of your whole plan set. And so what I like to do is I like to make sure that my viewport is set on a layer and then click on the lock button when I'm not using it. Now that it's locked, I can't accidentally pick this up and move it around because these are on a layer that's locked and you can't edit them anymore. So I highly recommend locking those layers once you get them set up so that your plans aren't moving around on. And by the way, before we move on to number 2, I did want to note that I've just released a new course specifically designed to help you create great looking plans with SketchUp and layout. So last year, I realized I didn't really like the way that my plans looked when I created them in layout. And so I spent a lot of time dialing in the process so that I had a consistent, repeatable process that actually created those great looking plans that I was actually proud of. So this course is going to contain start to finish training, teaching you everything from the fundamentals of layout, as well as walking through a complete project start to finish, and then creating plans from that project. I don't skip any steps because I wanted to show you the entire process so you can see exactly how I'm doing it. Nothing skipped. So if you do want to take your plans in layout to the next level, make sure you check out the course at TheSketchUpEssentials.com/theplanessentials. Okay, so tip 2 is your plans can get really slow moving around in your viewport, especially if you have a whole bunch of stuff in them. And so one of the things that I recommend is if you go up into Window, Preferences, right here under Performance, there's an option for Draft Mode. And so what that's going to do is that's going to put your SketchUp model, and I'm going to leave it on always on. You could do it on pan and zoom as well. But what always on is going to do is this is basically going to take your model and it's going to basically only display the vector edges and other lightweight things in your model, right? So notice how in here now, if I'm doing things like dimensioning, it's only showing my lines and edges in here, and it's doing it in a really fast, responsive way. So you can also, if you go into the settings under preferences, you can also set this where it's pan and zoom only. And what that's going to do is instead of trying to redraw over and over again, what this is going to do is this is going to have a little bit of a pause before it redraws things in your viewport. And that means that you can move around in here without having that slow, like redrawing over and over again, especially if you have a heavy model. So draft mode is a fast, easy way to speed up your performance when you're inside of layout in order to be able to do things like add those dimensions and other things like that without you having to sit and wait for the engine to speed up. Okay, so tip 3 is actually a reminder, and this is something that I forgot about for a while as well. When you export your drawings, your raster viewports are going to show up better in the export than they do in your layout viewport. So for example, I've got some accessories on the table in this plan set right here, but you can't really tell what they are in layout, right? If I zoom in, they're very like pixelated. They don't look very good. However, I went ahead and I exported this to a PDF, and notice how this line work actually came out fairly smooth. So just note that sometimes if something doesn't look good in layout, it doesn't mean that it's not going to look good in your actual export. So try exporting it and see what your line work looks like on your raster items, because a lot of the time in the actual export, they're going to look better than what they show up as in layout. Okay, and while we're on this page, and this is something that I talk about a lot in the course, so if you want instruction on how to actually do this, definitely check out the Plan Essentials, SketchUpEssentials.com/Plan Essentials. But one of the things that I highly recommend is mix a vector viewport with raster viewports. So in this case, what I've done is I've stacked a line work viewport. So in this case, what I've done is I've stacked a line work viewport on here that I can render as vector. And then I've got my other stuff in here as raster. And so what that does is that allows me to have this nice, crisp line work on the actual like walls and things that need to be crisp for things like dimensioning and other things like that. But then I've also got the other things in my model, and I can have heavier models in here without having to worry about the performance. Because if I was to take this geometry in here, right, like the stuff in the closet, for example, and I was to try to vector or hybrid render this would run so slow that it would take forever for this to run properly. So if you just render a lightweight line work layer and then have everything else in here as raster, you're going to have significantly better performance than you would if you just tried to put everything on a hybrid layer or something like that. Okay, so next up is something that I think was added in layout 2025. I'm not 100% sure, but previously the way this worked is there was no move tool in the way that we have a move tool in SketchUp. Like, it didn't work the same, right? What you would do is you would click and drag something, and then you could go ahead and you could tap the control key, but it was very like click and drag oriented. Well, now with the move tool now works the same way as the move tool in SketchUp. So the cool thing about that is I can select an object, tap the M key, and that's going to give me an inference point. The inference point was what was kind of hard to pick up previously, but now I can single click and move my mouse, tap the control key and click again. Then I can type in *3 and hit the enter key, and I can create an array exactly the same way that I could create an array in SketchUp. So this is now much easier to create equally spaced copies of objects inside of layout using the move function. Okay, so next up is using scrapbooks. And so what scrapbooks are is they're basically a layout file that allows you to save things in a way that you can drag them into future models later. This is literally just another layout file that you save in your scrapbooks folder, and then you have access to it inside of your plan set. So now say I wanted to add like a ceiling fan symbol in here. I can just click and drag it outside of that file, right? Then I can just resize it right here and place it where I need it to be. So I've also got access to things like my pendant light fixtures in here. So I can just click and drag these right here on my wall without having to redraw them over and over again. So I highly recommend for any elements that you're repeating over and over again, including things like your notes, that you save them as a scrapbook so you have quick access to them later. Okay, so next up, when you're creating tables, I would recommend, instead of creating your tables directly inside of SketchUp, doing them inside of a table Excel file. And so the reason for that is because Excel is much better for data entry. It allows you to create things like these schedules right here. And let's say that we were to update the quantities over here in this schedule, right? So Excel is way easier to use than table editing inside of layout. And what you can do is you can insert a viewport that's linked back to this layout file in the same way. So like, for example, notice how if I update my table reference, it looks like it did it automatically, which will happen sometimes when the table is actually open. But notice how your quantities will change whenever you update that model reference or table reference the same way that you link back to a plan file in SketchUp. And so I highly recommend that you use an Excel file for your schedules and then import that. And you can edit things like these boxes right here. So you can edit the formatting in here. The text formatting and stuff will actually come over from Excel. So you can do a lot of that text formatting and the justification and things like that. And then you can use the shape style in order to adjust the stroke and add lines in here inside of layout itself. Okay, so next up is something that you're going to want if you have repeating elements across a project. So over here on the right-hand side, notice how you have a little sheet of paper over here. Well, if you click on the little sheet of paper, what that's going to do is that's going to change this to a repeating layer. And what that means is if it's a repeating layer, it's going to repeat on every single page of your plan set. So in this case, let's say that I wanted to add a note in here. So let's say we added revision 1. We'll go ahead and center it. We'll call it addendum 1 right here. We'll add a date. So 03/02/26. And I might need to make that font a little smaller just to make it all fit. There we go. But notice how this is red because this item is on the title block repeating page. So what that means is that because I've added that on a repeating tag, that it's going to show up on every single page in the model. So for repeating elements like that, instead of copy pasting this over and over again, you just put them on a repeating tag and you just have to add them once. Okay, so next up, say you only want to show a certain portion of a viewport. So say I bring this viewport in, but I really only want to focus on the cut that I've taken across this cabinet right here. Well, what I can do is I can draw a shape over top of it. So in this case, I'm going to draw a rectangle right here. And the rectangle has pattern on the inside of it, which I don't really want, but it doesn't really matter. And so what I can do is I can select that rectangle. We're going to resize it a little bit. Then I'm going to select the viewport. I can right click and I can create a clipping mask. So what a clipping mask is going to do is it's going to clip out everything that isn't contained inside of the shape that's in here. So you can bring in a larger viewport and then clip out smaller pieces of the viewport to use in your plan sheet using the clipping mask. All elements should be on their own layers. So for example, all of my dimensions on this project are on the dimensions layer. So what that means is that A, I can toggle them off whenever I want to, right? But B, what this does is there's a very powerful tool you can use where you can right click and you can select all of the entities. And so if I right click on it and click on select entities, what that's going to do is that's going to select every single object that's on that particular layer. Well, because those are all selected, that means I can edit and adjust them all at once. So say I wanted to change the font to Arial Black or Arial Narrow or something like that. Instead of me having to manually do that for every single one of these objects, I can just right click, select everything that's on that layer, and then make that adjustment. Plus, it gives me the ability to lock the elements when I'm not using them so that they're not moving around on me. It's a huge time saver to organize your layout file as you go so that you're not having to go back through and pick up things one at a time later. All right, so those should save you some time in layout. If you do want to learn the full process, start to finish, showing you exactly how to create great looking plans and layout, definitely make sure to check out the Plan Essentials at thesketchupessentials.com/theplanessentials. That comes with start to finish training as well as support and some other bonuses as well to get you up and running quickly. So as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.